Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpuff, your host. We're talking about marketing around the country with marketers who are really helping companies get their message out there. Today we have Adam Vasquez from Merit. He's from Great Falls, Virginia. And Adam, welcome to the conversation today.
Yeah, thank you, Howard. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's our pleasure, and we love talking with marketers, and you definitely have a nice, strong career in helping companies getting their message out. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself, how you got started, and how Merit became?
Sure. I've been in marketing, I guess, most of my entire career. I actually started as a web designer back when websites were just in their early stages and just kept naturally progressing up until now I am a CEO, but being the chief marketing officer for several Fortune 100 companies. And, the big thing that I realized was the whole industry is just focused on tactics and like a social campaign, and they're calling that marketing, and really it's more promotion and communications, which is needed and it's important. But I realized that I was doing something different with actually creating markets, that these ecosystems then became our market in these large companies where we could really deliver a lot of value based on our shared belief system, but also it became our market.
Well, it's great when you are able to differentiate yourself and find different ways to market businesses and get their messages really connecting with people. So how is it that you're making yourself different and really striking that that position for your clients?
Yeah. So really we are students of a term called market invention. And what market invention implies is basically market leadership. But the key difference is, most brands advertise in somebody else's market, meaning there's the market leader and there's everybody else. And when you promote and you're not the market leader, no matter how much money you spend, you're actually promoting the market itself along with the leader who is the leadership position along with it. So you end up creating awareness to alternatives. And if they're the leader and you're not, you end up losing most of the time those opportunities. So we realized that the game is not a game, but the process is really about creating a market for yourself, and that it's not just differentiating yourself, but creating an ecosystem around this belief system that not only just differentiates a product or a service, but the entire market itself, much like the leading brands have all done today. In fact, every leading brand has invented its own market, and everybody else is really trying to compete and trying to capture their market from them, which never works. So we focus on creating markets or inventing markets, called market invention, which then allows you to become the leader in any industry.
It really can help, I guess, the marketing staffs sleep a little better at night, having that clearer path to number one and success. And that really is a different way of providing marketing support to these companies. Do you see this as something that is going to evolve over time, that more people are going to catch on to this? Is this something that is really going to strengthen those companies that you're working with right now?
Well, yeah, I think it's both. I mean, here's the funny part is a lot of marketers who are hired by leading brands today honestly don't have the knowledge of what it took to make them the leaders, because they're more governance maintaining. So if you advertise for Apple at its current state, people are going to see your advertisement. People are going to buy Apple regardless. So it's far easier to promote when you're already the leadership position, because everybody's promoting you. So there's an awakening happening in the marketing function, and people are realizing that we've been focused on small end marketing when we should be creating market ecosystems with people and communities and value based. There's these terms out there that are scratching the surface, but not quite it, like cause marketing. Cause marketing only works when you actually have a market that you're actually creating or co-creating with your customers. And I think that's the key difference. And Patagonia is a perfect example, right? Because Patagonia didn't invent a category. You could argue they're just another apparel brand or active performance apparel brand. However, they've created a community and an ecosystem around a cause, but that cause is more around a series of beliefs. So they're not promoting to people based on inclusion and diversity and these things, although they're important, very much so. That's their core belief, and that's who they are. And they also happen to create an amazing and excellent product based on those core beliefs that their community or their market shares these belief systems with them. So it's really not new, but there is a renaissance or a resurgence or an awakening that's happening in marketing today, and we're excited to be the ones helping to lead this.
How challenging have you found it for those companies that don't have we'll call it the backstory of a Patagonia, that doesn't have that belief system already built in?
Well, they're destined to be follower brands for the rest of their duration. And by the way, you can make a lot of money being a follower brand. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. However, the minute somebody comes with a better alternative or value-based system to your market, then you're going to lose market share, and you can't hold on to it long term. It's just not a sustainable model. Because if you think about just about every industry, there's one or two leaders and everybody is copying them, saying the same thing, same words, selling the same product based on the same values. They're all in the leader's market. So the only chance you really have to become a leader in any industry is to understand who you are, find others who believe in what you believe, and authentically offer solutions, products, services, and everything around that to nurture and grow that community or that market in business terms. So that's really the difference. So most companies are always going to be the follower because they're basically following the leader.
It's a very true statement, and having that vision, that concept, that belief that you can create that others believe in as well, really can get your product out there and see the results that obviously you're driving with your clients. So Adam, thank you so much for sharing this with us and giving us some insight to a really strong angle to market a business. And we appreciate having you on the segment today.
Yeah, Howard, thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure.
And thank you all for joining us as well. There are a lot of different ways to look at how to market your business. If you can find that right angle to get your communication at a stronger level than others and become that leader, it really does make the biggest of differences in the end. Adam shares a lot of information with what he's doing with Merits. You can find more at dailyadbrief.com. But go on, have a great rest of today, and we'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.